Hey everyone, Aragorn here, and today I decided to make a top 10 list. And what's this top 10 list? My personal favorite video game consoles. Now, I'm pretty much a gamer. I'm into video games. I play all kinds of games. So, I pretty much play like RPGs, like Final Fantasy, Skyrim if you want to count that, like the Elder Scrolls games and the Fallout games if you want to count those. I play shooter games like Doom and Halo on the PC. Time Splitters being my favorite first-person shooter. What else is there? Also like fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. And I also enjoy Tekken. And as for like platforming games, I love Sonic and I love the Rayman games. So yeah, but those will be a list for another day. I just want to talk about video game consoles for right now. And so here's my top 10 favorite video game consoles. And before I get to that, I want to give you some honorable mentions. The NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, the 3DS, the PSP, the PS Vita, the N64, and Game Boy Advance. All really good systems, just couldn't make my top 10. But what did make my number 10 is the original Xbox. This was a really fun console, in my opinion. Came out in 2001, had a pretty solid launch with a Halo Combat Evolved. Cannot wait for the remake, by the way, especially since it's coming on PS5. Hype for that. It launched with Dead or Alive 3, awesome fighting game. It launched with Tony Hawk 2X, which I love the Tony Hawk games, despite the fact that I cannot skate. And you can't not forget about the classic Shrek. Just kidding, that game sucks. But yeah, some of my favorite games on the Xbox were Halo 1 and 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Ninja Gaiden Black. And I also enjoy Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Not so much the second one because that game came out and finished. But the Xbox to me, is pretty much the Halo and Star Wars machine. Like, I also enjoy Star Wars Obi-Wan. I wish that game would get a remaster at some point by Aspyr. But yeah, number 10, the original Xbox. Coming at number 9 is the Xbox 360. Now, this is the console I grew up with the most as a kid. It's the one I played on the most. The games I played on the most were Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo 4, ODST, all the Halo games pretty much. And a lot of Call of Duty games like Modern Warfare 2 especially. That was when Call of Duty was good in my opinion. I don't play Call of Duty anymore because, yeah, I just do not care for Call of Duty. And yeah, I also enjoy games like Ninja Gaiden 2, Oblivion, and Skyrim. I played on it, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. I played all those on 360, and later got the PS3 versions of those because I'm a PlayStation guy mostly. And yeah, I mean, Xbox Live was really fun playing online against other people in Call of Duty. And yeah, number 9 is the 360. Really good console. And in my opinion, the last good Xbox console in my opinion. Coming at number 8 is the Super Nintendo. Now, this is an amazing console, don't get me wrong. But there's one console that was during the console war in the 90s that I prefer just a teensy bit more. But yeah, Super Nintendo is an amazing console. Like, back in the early 90s, it was all about the games and games only. There was no online, there was no way to play, like, movies on the console or, like, stream Netflix or whatever bullshit. It was just, you play the game on the console, that's it. And the Super Nintendo had truly amazing games on it, like Super Mario World, Super Mario All-Stars, which is actually my favorite Mario game, Zelda: Link to the Past, Chrono Trigger being my favorite game on the Super Nintendo, Donkey Kong Country games, Killer Instinct, and yeah, just too many to list here. Oh, Super Metroid. I think that's number 2 or number 3 favorite Super Nintendo game, but that's a whole nother list for another day. But yeah, Super Nintendo, really awesome system. Coming at number 7 is the Sega Genesis. Yeah, as I said, I prefer the Genesis just a teensy bit more because I'm more of a Sonic guy than a Mario guy. But yeah, Genesis is such an awesome system. Sonic 2 being my favorite game on the Genesis. Another one I love to death is Shinobi 3. As you can tell, me mentioning Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi, I do love my ninja games. Also, another one I love is Eternal Champions, even though that game is hard as shit. Streets of Rage is iconic. Disney's Aladdin, and Ninja Turtles: The Hyperstone Heist, even though it was also on Super Nintendo as Turtles in Time. Yeah, the Genesis is awesome. There's a reason that Sega keeps making these compilations, like the one on PS2, PS3, and then fairly recently the Sega Genesis classics on like PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. But hopefully Sega can like actually make a different game compilation that's not Genesis. Like, I like to see a Sega Saturn collection or a Dreamcast collection, but that's a whole nother topic for another day. Anyways, on to number 6. And number 6 is the PlayStation 3. This was my preferred console of the 7th generation. Sure, it had like inferior ports of like third party games or multi-plat games, as I should say it. But the exclusives are fucking awesome. You got like the Uncharted games, Last of Us, which it's a good game, but there's other like survival horror games I prefer over The Last of Us. But I also really enjoy Demon's Souls, and the PS3 had a lot of awesome HD collections like the Sly Collection, Ratchet and Clank Collection, Jak and Daxter Collection, the fucking Killzone Collection. Even though, yeah, it's already PS2, PS3 games, Killzone 2 and 3. But yeah, you get the Prince of Persia Collection and the Splinter Cell Collection are awesome. However, my favorite game for the PlayStation 3 is Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, but that's a whole nother topic for another day. I'll make a Metal Gear Solid video at some point, but yeah. The PS3, it was a pretty awesome system. And now we're down to the top 5, and at the number 5 spot is the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 is such an awesome machine. Like, it's really easy to stream with. Like, all you have to do is push the share button, and then you pretty much start streaming. Well, you have to like do a few like options of it if you want to stream on Twitch or YouTube, but it's really easy to stream on PS4. And yeah, the games and again the exclusives are awesome, like Marvel Spider-Man, Killzone Shadowfall, which was a launch title, Infamous Second Son. I think those two are pretty underrated. Killzone, Shadowfall, and Infamous Second Son. I really wish that Killzone and Infamous would get new games. Sony's dropping a ball on that. And I also love games like the God of War reboot, even its sequel on PS5, Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't played the Ghost of Yotei yet. I'm waiting for the price to go down. Well, sorta. And I also love the Neo games. Yeah, and Neo is by the same people who made Ninja Gaiden, so that should tell you something. But yeah, PS4 is pretty fucking sweet. Coming in number 4 is the Sega Dreamcast. This is a pretty unique little system. Like, the launch for the console was pretty epic. You got like Sonic Adventure, Soul Calibur, Power Stone, Raider Rumble Boxing. Those are pretty much the highlight launch titles for me, in my opinion. And it launched with games like Shenmue, which was pretty unique at the time. You also got like the Crazy Taxi games. You also have like fucking the first Soul Calibur game, which is, I'm a huge Soul Calibur fan, so I have to mention that. You have like Phantasy Star Online, which is like an MMORPG before like World of Warcraft and all that jazz. Well, I think EverQuest came before Phantasy Star Online, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I enjoy the Dreamcast, but I wish I would put more Dreamcast games on, like the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 for like PS5. You could play it on Series X, but I just like to have it on my PS5 or even a Switch. But yeah, number 4 is Dreamcast. Coming at number 3 is a Nintendo Switch. This is my second favorite Nintendo console. It's recently grown on me. I didn't really much care for it at launch, but I think it's a pretty awesome system. Like, you can play it like portably or on the TV, which I mostly play on TV anyways. And again, the Nintendo exclusives are awesome, like Mario Odyssey, Zelda games, like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. and you can find some pretty unique stuff on it. Yeah, Nintendo Switch. Not much else to say. And at number 2 is the Nintendo GameCube. This is my childhood console. Like, I played a lot of Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Kart. Played a lot of it with my friends. Smash Bros. Melee especially. I play a lot with my cousins when I would come over to their house. And I would even play Shrek Super Slam occasionally there. But yeah, GameCube has some. I think GameCube had the best library of exclusives they could get. Like, you got the Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 0. You got Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, which is my favorite video game remake of all time. I love that game. I wish it would get like a Switch or a Switch 2 port. But you also have Star Fox Adventures and Star Fox Assault, Metroid Prime, which did get a remaster on the Switch, and Metroid Prime 2, which has yet to get a remaster on the Switch, and Metroid Prime 3. But yeah, GameCube's fucking epic. My childhood console, and number 2. And then coming at number 1 is the PlayStation 2, my favorite game console of all time. This is the console where I got into gaming. Like, I became a man. Like, I was playing games like not just Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3, which those games are amazing. Those 2 are my favorite. And I also play like God of War 1 and 2. I also played all the Sly Cooper games, Ratchet and Clank, and fucking Jak and Daxter. The PS2 has so many amazing exclusives. And I also played a shitload of Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas as a kid. Yeah, I had no business playing the GTA games back then. But yeah, I also played a lot of Mortal Kombat games, Lego Star Wars 1 and 2. Yeah, the PS2 is a fucking amazing system. It was a DVD player also, and a music CD player. And yeah, I mean, I love this system so much. I have both of them all. It's a fat and a slim. So that should tell you something right there. And that has been my top 10 favorite video game consoles. If you have a top 10 to share, feel free to leave it in the comments below and I'll check it out. So anyways, see y'all later and be safe.